The Media Future Conference is a one-day exploration of the dynamics and trends shaping media today. It's run by the BBC and is programmed and produced by Nico McDonald.
I spent a lot of time thinking about the programme and about what in the discussion about media in public we weren't discussing in an intelligent way, and I've really built the programme to try and address those gaps and to try and raise the level of thinking in the media sector about things like, why do we social network? Why do we think that technologies transform society? What are our models of innovation? How do we think about the people that actually use and interact with the things we create? And I'm interested partly because actually the audience is quite diverse. People from academia, from other industries, people from design, people who are technologists, researchers, and actually people are getting things out of it I wouldn't expect because actually they're not familiar with all these discussions.
If you look at sort of traditional advertising models, you're just shouting your message to people. You don't really care if they're listening or not. It could switch over. Today's consumers informed and they're picky, and so the way that we get through to today's consumer is not through advertising, telling them that this is the best product, this is the best orange juice. It's by developing interesting bits of content. It's making things useful. It's enabling people, giving people tools to help them live their lives online in a much more informed manner, and then they're going to have a better understanding of the brand that's paying for the product. Sure. And so it's about brand experience. It's about being useful. It's about being engaging. It's about being entertaining, and giving people an experience that they can't get passively sitting down flicking through channels.
Well, we're moving away from purely print and text and photographs to a more multimedia future, a more channel neutral future where the web and the newspaper and mobile and other channels will be just part of a mix for us. We're opening up to the community a little bit interactively, and we're interested in aggregation and sort of linking out to non-FT content in various sort of carefully curated and filtered, edited ways.
I think that actually, if you look at the world of media at the moment, print might be in trouble, but text isn't. There's more writing around than ever before. Everyone's doing it. The public are writing on blogs, they're writing on MySpace, all that stuff. There's also a lot more opportunity for journalists to write at length, to write little stuff on Twitter, or huge, great big articles that wouldn't necessarily have made it, for example, onto newspapers.
Certainly some of the hot debates that have come up slightly unexpectedly have added real spice to the topics. For me, I think media is totally individual. People will need to learn to research lots of different places where they can consume the stories that they're interested in, and then they'll need to work out ways to get those stories to themselves easily, and that doesn't necessarily obviously mean print media. And so it's a matter of people who wish to deliver stories to put them in an easy findable way that people can aggregate and then download to their presumably handheld media devices. Me, for example, I haven't bought a newspaper since about 1990, a daily newspaper. I subscribed to a weekly newspaper because I didn't have time to read one, and I now get a daily summary of all of the newspapers in an email, and I still keep my weekly newspaper.
Clearly everything we do is driven by audiences, and we, brands such as BBC One Extra, BBC Asian Network from our side, BBC Switch, are really Six Music's aimed at a slightly older audience, but One Extra, Radio 1 to an extent, Asian Network are absolutely aimed at that kind of audience, bringing people into the BBC. Yeah, the BBC absolutely has this reputation of being aunty. We're in this building where the BBC started like 70, 80 years ago, and Radio 4 and BBC One News. Yeah, it's a lovely building. Bottom Place is fantastic. Yeah. We're well aware that we need to keep appealing to youth audiences, because if we don't appeal to youth audiences, then in 30 years' time we won't have any middle-aged audiences, and we won't be here, and this conference won't happen. It'll all be tumbleweed blowing through this lovely building.
The Media Futures event has been an exhilarating day. It has opened many eyes to the future of media. This is Jennifer Sutcliffe reporting from Ali Pali.